Y'all know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Fact. And this morning we're talking about the power perspective. What does the power perspective mean? I think everybody wants to be powerful. Everybody wants to have some type of power in life. And what is power? Power means influence. Power means energy. Power means the ability to make things happen. Whether that is physically making something happen, like physical power, moving a car from point A to point B, physical power, lifting weights. It can mean power as far as influence, as far as getting somebody to do something that you want them to do. Influence as far as if you want to make a certain thing happen, you have the energy, you have the influence, you have the necessary abilities, whatever they happen to be, to make anything happen in life. Every human being wants power in some way, shape, or form. The people who feigned to not want power are probably the people angling the most for power. And in today's stream, we're talking about the perspective of power. And what I mean by that is this. We all know that in life, no situations are good or bad. There's no such thing as a good situation. There's no such thing as a bad situation. Good things do not exist. Bad things do not exist. Every single thing that happens in life is a neutral occurrence. Everything. If somebody gets shot and killed, that's a neutral occurrence. A hurricane is a neutral occurrence. Your house catches on fire, that's a neutral occurrence. The only thing that makes a situation good or bad, a person good or bad, a thought good or bad, a perspective good or bad, positive or negative, is the way that we choose to look at it. What does that have to do with the power perspective? It has everything to do with it because of this. Knowing what I just said, all of you inherently probably already know that, probably have heard it before. It means this. When anything happens to you in life, you have the choice to look at it from a victim perspective, from an average person perspective, or from the power perspective. Now, the victim perspective, let's say something happens to you, you lose your job. Or let's say you're an entrepreneur. Let's use something that's a little bit different. Let's say you're an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur, you started your own business. You have no idea where your next check is coming from. You have no idea who your next customer is going to be. You're not sure how long this business is going to last. You're on a shoestring budget. There's a whole bunch of people watching you, hoping that you fail in your business so they can say, I told you so. There are three ways you can look at that. The victim perspective is, why is this always happening to me? This is not a good situation. It's really bad that I don't know where my next check's coming from. I have to go get a customer. I'm desperate right now. I don't know if this is going to work out, and you start to fall into despair because you're giving yourself bad cues and you're asking yourself terrible questions. That's the victim perspective. The neutral perspective is, okay, this might work out, this might not work out. Let me see what happens. Let me ask this person. Let me try to get another customer. You vacillate between positive thoughts and negative thoughts. And we all know that when you give yourself random pieces of information, random directions, when you give your mind random directions, what do you get? What kind of results do you get? You get random results. That is the average person perspective. The power perspective is this, and this is the perspective you can use in anything in life, not just entrepreneurship. We can be talking sports, we can talk relationships, we can talk conflicts, you can talk lifting weights, you can talk anything that you want to talk about. The power perspective is this. Every situation that happens to you, you can choose to look at it from a perspective of a powerful person. A perspective of a powerful person in the exact same situation is, wow, this is great. Now my back is against the wall. I get to prove how good of a salesperson I am. I get to prove how great of an entrepreneur I am. This situation right here, where I have no idea where my next customer is coming from, this is going to be a fantastic story once I get through this. This situation where, my house burned down, or my dog died, or I got fired from my job when I was expecting to get a raise, this is going to be a great testimonial when I'm writing my book and I'm signing it for 1,000 people at Barnes & Noble in Times Square 10 years from now. You have the option, everyone listening right now, to look at anything that happens to you from a perspective of power. The perspective of power means you look at every situation not as I have to, but I get to. Not as, damn, this happened to me, like, it's great that this happened because now I have an opportunity to make something happen out of it. Now, some of you listening right now, maybe you've heard something similar to this before, and some people hear things like this and they roll their eyes. They're like, yeah, okay, so we can just basically say different things to ourselves, and that's supposed to make us get into a power mindset. No, that's not what it is. First of all, you have to understand that everything that I'm telling you right here, you can listen to it all day and it can motivate you for a few seconds and make you feel good while you're listening to this. But the only way you're going to be able to actually put this into action is if you internalize what I'm saying, which means you take the things that I'm saying, you take these thoughts and you start to become this person. That's not a 6-month process. It's not a 1-week process. It is an instantaneous process. You can choose to become whoever you want at any moment. Have any of you ever gotten on the phone and pretended to be somebody else when you're talking to somebody who doesn't know you? So you all know that you can become whoever you want to be at any moment. It is a choice that we all have, but it's a choice that most people are unconscious of. For the most part, we go through our entire days not even thinking about it. So we keep being who we are. We keep giving ourselves these random cues, random directives, and what do we get? We get random results because we're giving ourselves random pieces of information, random ideas, random questions, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, neutral. If you give yourself power questions, power cues, power directives at all times, no matter what happens to you, you can see it from a perspective of power. And when you look at things from a perspective of power, this is what happens. Instead of something happening and you saying, damn, that happened, or why is this happening, or I don't believe that just happened to me, you think what a person with a power perspective will look at it and say, okay, that happened. How am I going to take care of this? Or how am I going to handle this situation? What can I do to take control of everything that's going on right now? What resources do I have that I can activate that will get me through this situation right here and turn it to my advantage? You think of a powerful person that you know or who you know of, someone whose book you read, somebody you watch on TV, somebody you know personally, your rich uncle, whoever it is. You think of a powerful person, understand that anything that happens to them, they look at it from a perspective of a powerful person. Everything that happens, there's something that they can do about it. Powerful people don't become victims. Powerful people are not victims of circumstances. They're not victims of other people. They're not victims of bad luck. They're not victims of the market. Powerful people make things happen. They happen to other things, and other things become victims of them. That is the perspective of power. That's the perspective that each one of you, and don't look at it like, wow, you know what, Dre, you're right. I wish I could become one of those powerful people. The thing is, you can become one. You can become that powerful person right now on the spot, but it's a choice that you have to make. It is a conscious choice, it is an active choice, and it is a continuous choice, which means it's not something that you just think of right now and then you never think of this again until I talk about it again a week from now. It's something that you have to continuously make this choice every moment of your life, everything that happens, every time your phone rings, every time you get a text, every time somebody says something to you, every time you greet a customer at work, every single thing you do over the course of your day and your days, your months, your weeks, your life, you can choose to do it from a perspective of power, or you can choose by not choosing to do it from a perspective of neutrality, which means you go up and down based on the way the wind blows, based on the way the market goes, based on the way your customers react to you. If you let everything else that's happening outside determine how you're going to look at things from your perspective, that means you're going to get random results, because life, random things happen. Good things happen, bad things happen. You meet good people, you meet bad people. You have good conversations, bad conversations. You get a customer who wants to buy everything, customer who won't buy anything. So if you let the world, outside circumstances determine your perspective, you're always going to be getting random results, and you're going to stay neutral for your entire life. If you want to get into a power perspective position, you have to actively choose mentally how you're going to look at every situation that comes your way. Everybody, my name is Dre Baldwin. You know where to find me. Email me directly, dre@dreallday.com. Coaching is dreallday.com/coach. You can read my first book for free. It's called Buy a Game. There's a link in my Periscope bio. I'm on Instagram at Dre Baldwin, Snapchat Dre Baldwin. I will talk to y'all later on today. Work on your game. Make sure you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. Is either Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. I work on your game. Dre All Day.